Hi everyone, another thought today from Ecclesiastes 7. I'm always amazed at how these readings that I didn't really plan out ahead of time connect with what's going on. So listen to this and see how it speaks to our moment we're living in. So aggravation is better than merriment, because a sad face may lead to a glad heart. The wise heart is in the house that mourns, but the foolish heart is in the house that rejoices. It's better to obey the reprimand of the wise than to listen to the song of fools, because the fool's merriment is like nettles crackling under a kettle. This too is pointless. Oppression turns the wise into fools. A bribe corrupts a heart. The end of something is better than its beginning. Patience is better than arrogance. Don't be too quick to get angry, because anger lives in the fool's heart. Don't ask, how is it that the former days were better than these? Because it isn't wise to ask this. As we look at the world around us today, I know a lot of us, what I hear from many people is they want to just go back to normal. But I'm not so sure that that's the best attitude to have about this. I think, like he says, there's a sense in which it's better right now to be aggravated and to mourn the injustice and the racism and all these problems that are seeping underneath in our country and have been since its founding. Right? We can't just go back to normal and pretend those problems aren't there, which is, whether we like it or not, what some people are actually wanting. As he says at the end, we shouldn't ask, weren't the old days better than this? There's a kind of unhelpful nostalgia that wishes things would go back to some idealized, rose-tinted, perfect time. There wasn't ever that time. What we're seeing now is we're seeing the effects of how things have always been. The world has not actually gotten worse. We're just more aware of how bad it's always been. And so, how do we respond? It's clear that anger is not the solution. We can be frustrated, but it's so easy for that anger to turn into hatred and violence. Instead, we let that frustration and that mourning lead us to make positive change. It's the rioting and the looting that gets all the attention, but there is... what I see is that most of it is a peaceful protest, and people are calling for justice and equality. It's so easy for us to divide into camps of this or that, but the way of Jesus calls us to find the middle, to bring everyone together, that not to say one group is the problem, but that we find the problems in ourselves. All of us have assumptions that we have to deal with, and until we do that, none of us are going to grow. And so let's look to ourselves and see how we can change to change the world around us and see what needs to be changed, right? There is oppression. Don't let it make you foolish. Listen to those who are trying to speak wisdom, not those who are just trying to keep the status quo. Listen to those who speak the way of Jesus and not the way of the world. Blessings on you.